A little bit more challenging. Obviously, the United Kingdom doesn't have minerals or the specialized products that China is looking for. They do have, the UK, of course, exports automobiles, medical supplies, and, of course, a lot of Chinese nationals love to go to the UK for education. So the free trade agreement, a little bit more challenging, but yes, a deal is something that the UK would love, and in fact it would be good for them, because if there are some challenges between the relationships between the United Kingdom and the European Union, making a trade deal with China and one with the United States would make that entire territory even bigger than the European Union. So yes, that would be really good news for the United Kingdom, but nonetheless it would be challenging to reach such a deal over the near term.
And what more could China want from the UK?
Well, I think that certainly there could be some, I don't want to say political concessions, but maybe a friend in Europe to basically side with China, maybe on some political issues would be very nice. And of course, getting a much better agreement with regard to trade with the United Kingdom, because the United Kingdom in this transition is going to be a little bit more vulnerable, so China may view the possibility they may get a much better trading deal with the United Kingdom in a situation like this over the near term.
Yeah, Brexit only just a few days old, and there is still that transition that you mentioned. How do you think China and other countries are reevaluating a trade relationship with the UK post-Brexit? What's the strategy, do you think?
I think the strategy for China should be the same strategy that it has with many countries, and that is to make the best deal possible. But given the fact that the United Kingdom is in a predicament where they actually need a trade deal, perhaps even more than China, that may be an opportunity for China to try to negotiate a more favorable deal in an environment where China probably doesn't feel that they did as well with the United States. The United Kingdom may offer an opportunity to do a little bit better on a trade relationship agreement than they did with the United States.
And look, this made big headlines the other day, but what do you make of Prime Minister Boris Johnson's recent decision to work with Huawei in its 5G rollout?
I think it was a good decision, because the United Kingdom absolutely need a trading relationship and need to establish these trading channels. And if you look at that deal closely, what Boris Johnson did was basically not give Huawei all access to the United Kingdom, but give them enough access that that trading relationship or that deal is valid, and at the same time perhaps not antagonize the United States by maintaining some restrictions. So I think that Boris Yeltsin walked a very tight rope, and I think it was successfully done so that it doesn't really antagonize the United States, but at the same time it certainly it was welcome news for the Chinese, and that may in itself generate enough goodwill that increases the likelihood of getting some sort of a trade deal with China over a period of time.